Congresses are very important in every field, not only congresses for psychotherapy, but congresses, medical congresses, or any kind of congresses. It's the opportunity for people like me, who are working a lot in their own field, to meet their colleagues, to discuss with them. And we learn a lot more just by speaking between us, listening to each other, than reading the articles of everyone. Don't forget also the participation. You have here more than 1,000 people who are coming. These people are going to meet with you during the conference. They will ask you questions outside. They will have opportunity to meet with someone they read or someone they like, but they never have the opportunity to meet. So it's important not only for the speakers, it's important also for the students. And it's important for the speakers to learn from the questions of the students, to realize that there are things which are very simple for them, but not at all that clear for the students. You see, I'm convinced of one thing. You, him, me, all of us. We have incredible competencies, incredible abilities. The problem we have when we have a problem is that we look at the problem in a specific way. Seeing the problem in a specific way, we create solutions which are bad solutions. The work of a psychotherapist is to help the patient use his abilities, use his possibilities of curing himself or herself through helping the person to look differently to the problem. And for example, I will speak about reframing. Reframing means, for example, I see a girl who doesn't eat, an anorectic girl. And you can tell her, eat, she will not eat. The parents will be full of anxiety, and I understand them. And more when you say to her, eat, the less she will eat. So my work could be, for example, to see, is there some kind of coincidence between the moment where the anorexia began and some problem in the family? Perhaps this girl, without realizing it, is trying to protect the family by taking on her shoulders the problem of the family. Perhaps that, without realizing it, also, she is imagining something worse than what's happening in the family. Because sometimes the family is okay, but the child has the impression that there is a huge problem when there is not that big problem. So it's very important to say that the parents are not responsible of the problem of the children. But the parents can help, the therapists help the children. The parents do their best. But sometimes, for example, a daughter like that, I will give an example. A girl came to see me with her father and mother. She had a very specific habit. She will put the food in her mouth, she will do as if she's eating, then she will put the food in a bag. And she will tell me, the fact that father wants to leave mother, I cannot swallow that. So it's already interesting. She doesn't swallow the food. She cannot swallow the fact that father wants to leave mother. And when I ask her why, because mother will become depressed, because mother will be sick if he leaves her. After a while, the girl was a little bit better. The father left the mother, and mother was very well, very, very well. So it shows very well that the problem of that girl was not because of her parents. It was because of what she was imagining could happen to her parents. So very often, the fact that you reframe, for example, a problem of not eating as a problem of someone protecting his or her family by taking the flag of protection of the family and by having some kind of invisible loyalty to the family without the family being responsible of a problem, can free new possibilities in the daughter as well as in the parents. There are lots of examples I can give in sexual therapy, in every kind of therapy. So the idea is, I cannot find the right solution to my problem because I see my problem in a way where the way I see the problem creates a bad solution. The work of a therapist is by a task or by a reframing to help me feel differently, see differently the problem, and then I can use my own abilities.